Okay. Live in Ghana to have a discussions about the current issues and then trending topics. Is it even worth it to live in Ghana? That is what we are going to have our discussion. So you are welcome on my live. So you are welcome on my live. That is what we are basically going to talk about. We are going to talk about life in Ghana and then anything that let's see. So the question is, what do you think of Ghana? What do you think? We've had a lot of people saying that, oh, it is so expensive to live in Ghana, and so many things that we've heard people saying. So the question is, what do you think? What do you think of Ghana? How did you get to even know Ghana? And then what has been your thought in Ghana? Yes, so that is what we are going to discuss now. And then as you already know, Ghana is in the West Africa. And we always tell people that the gateway to Africa is Ghana. The gateway to Africa is Ghana. Meaning you can just you can come to Africa, roam about wherever that you want to go. But if you don't come to Ghana, then you didn't actually come to Africa. You are just a thief. You should pass through the right channel. You should pass through the gate. That is Ghana. Ghana is the gateway to Africa, and that is what we all know, and that is what we've all been we have been saying all the time, and that is true. So we are live from Ghana. Join us, join us, and let's have this discussion. A lot of questions that we've been having, and that is the question. I've jotted some questions, and then that is the discussion that we are going to have right now. What do you think of Ghana? Is Ghana really worth it? The price, the hotels, and everything. Yeah, the hotel, how expensive the hotels are, how expensive everything is. Is Ghana really worth it? And that is the question that we are asking each and everyone right now. So let's go on Facebook and post it right now and call out people to join us. We are live. Let's go. Join us live for this discussion. And let's see. Mm-hmm. Join us and let's have this discussion. We are going to answer so many questions. The questions that a lot of people have been asking concerning Ghana. That is basically what we are going to talk about. Mhm. Okay. We all heard about Aisho's speed trips to Ghana and how important the trip was, and then the thing that It really did. The impact that it has really hard. So, what does that even trip mean to you? Mean to me? Mean to all of us? Yeah. So, yeah, that is it. Okay, let's see. All right, so we are going through the questions and we are going to talk more about everything that we've been having and the questions that most people ask. Is Ghana really expensive? Is Ghana expensive compared to other African country? What do you think? We've had a lot of people that they complain, even on the internet, that they will tell you that Ghana is expensive as compared to other regions, other African countries. Let me say that. But as a Ghanaian, that I live in Kumasi, I would say that it is not 100% expensive as people will say. Recently, I saw a video that a diaspora and a white person, I think that a person from the Europe, and then he was saying that he has spent like 13,000 Ghana cedis a week. And I was asking myself that where has he been eating from? Because he was saying that only on food, 13,000 Ghana cedis. So I was asking, so where is this person eating from? Is he eating from a regular place or going to the expensive restaurant to eat? And I don't know. But one thing that I know is Ghana is not expensive as a lot of people say. Ghana becomes expensive based on where you want to live, where you want to eat. Yes, that makes Ghana very expensive to you. If not, Ghana is not a place that is very, very expensive that a lot of people will say. They've been saying online, like Ghana is expensive, Ghana looks like this, Ghana looks like that, which I feel like it is not true. So the question is, where do you eat? What kind of hotels do you sleep at? And then what kind of activities do you do when you come to Ghana? And how can you live on a budget? A budget, you can live on a budget in Ghana. So let me say that when you come to Ghana, and we have hotels, we have hostels, and we have apartments. So based on the money that you have, or based on your preferences, where you will sleep. When you come to the hostels, there are hostels that it is a shared hostels that you would have to share it with like four people or three people, depending. Even that one, even it depends on where you want to sleep. It depends on the number of people that you want to sleep and all that. And most people that they want the shared hostels are the Europeans, and that is true. They are the Europeans that they always want the shared hostels. Yes. And they live comfortably with a shared hostel without any problem. So somebody living in a shared hostel and somebody living in a shared hostel, maybe the person pays like maybe um $15 per night. And somebody who is living in a hotel that he or she is paying like $50 per night, you understand the difference and how much the country will be expensive to the other party as compared to um as compared to the compared to the person who is living in the hostel. Yeah, and that is it. So if somebody is living in a hostel and if somebody is living in a hotel, the difference is very huge. The hostel will pay less and the hotel will pay more. And even some of the hostels too, they even provide breakfast, they help you locating the best activities that you can enjoy and all that. So it depends. That makes it very 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 expensive depending on, and then also the kinds of foods that the person would eat. If you want to go to some of the expensive and fancy restaurants, then I feel like you are going to pay a lot of money. Yes, if you want to go to the expensive restaurant, that one you are going to pay a lot of money. And then if you are not going to the expensive hotels or restaurants, but you are going for regular places that they have also healthy food, then I feel like that is good. You understand, you can live in Ghana and then you can start ordering food, very very cheap food around, and that is cool to eat without spending a lot of money, and that really really makes sense. How much do you really pay a day in Ghana as a visitor? So as I have already said this, I have already said that it depends on where you are sleeping, depends on how much you want to spend. There are people that they want to go with a private cars, private transportation, and that one is very costly. You understand? It's very costly. But if you are going with a shared cars like a church or tuk or any normal car, that one it's not expensive as you would compare to other ones that people will say that, oh, this one looks like this or that one look like that. I've seen people that they will come around and they live like a local, they go with a shared taxis or trotro, they don't want to spend a lot of money on the way and the places that they are living and the transportation that they are using and also the food that they are using. So it depends on the person, but minimum you can spend like maybe $40 to $50 a day, depending on the activities that you are doing, depending on how much the things that you're doing. If you are not doing something more and then you choose to walk for some distance and also take a shared taxi and all that, you are not going to spend so much as they will say. Is Ghana worth the price for tourists on budget? Yes, Ghana really worth the price for tourists on budget. I do recommend tour guides. I recommend tour guides. Myself as I'm a tour guide that I also run tours for diasporas and all that. I recommend myself 100% because most time people will reach out to you for a tour and then it is a budget friendly tour that you would have to help the person out. It is not really something that you have to make it too expensive for the person, but based on the budget that the person comes with is how we will make things for him or her. Yeah. Is Ghana worth it for luxury travelers? Yeah, luxury. That is why I said earlier on. Like if you want to make your staying very expensive, it will. If you want to make it very luxury, luxury goes with something which is very expensive. So it depends on you. If you want to make it in that way, then it's up to you. If you don't, then it is also up to you. And at the end of the day, you enjoyed yourself, and those that they come around to, they to also enjoy themselves as well. Is transport in Ghana affordable for visitors? Transportation in Ghana is very, very affordable for visitors. Transportation in Ghana is very, very affordable to visitors. And then I was saying it earlier on. What kind of transportation do you want to use? What kind of transportation? Do you want to have your own private transportation or do you want to go with a normal transportation? If you are going with a normal transportation, then that one is a cool chop. You are not going to spend a lot of money. And then if you're going with maybe if you are going with expensive transportation, then so we have the trotro. Let me show you some of the transportation that we have in Ghana. Let me show you. Let me show you the transportation that we have. We have a number of them. Let me see. Let me see this one then. Um, I send it to you for you to have a feel of the kind of transportation that we use here in Ghana at large. If you are going for such a transportation, then no problem. You know, if you are choosing to go for another transportation, that is what I feel like is going to be very, very expensive for you. Yeah, it's going to be very, very expensive for you. But if you're going with a normal transportation, then that is a cool job for you. Okay, let's go by the transportation. Let me show you. These kinds of transportation is very, very good to use because you do not spend a lot of money on these kinds of transportation. Okay. So this is the transportation that I'm talking about. If you are going with a transportation like this, then you are not going to spend money on any kind of transportation that we are talking about. But if you are going with another kinds of transportation, then it depends on how luxury that you want your tour to be. There are people that they will go with very, very expensive transportation, then it depends on them. So if you're going with a normal transportation, then you are good to go. But if you're not going with a normal transportation, but you're going with an expensive transportation, then that is up to you. So that is what I was trying to say. Let's look at the next question that people really ask. Um, are thoughts prices in Ghana fair to experience you get? Yes, tour prices in Ghana is really, really worth it with regarding the experience that you would have. Tour prices. Let me um show you some of the tours that I have done so far. Um, let me show you some of the tours that we have done so far for you to know that the tours that we've done is not at all that it is going to harm you. Tours that so it depends on the one that you are booking your tours with. It depends on that person. If you are going for a casual tour, then you are good to go. Let's see this tour that we did. Let's see. Um, it's a very cool tour that we experienced, and honestly, it was one of the best things that we can think of. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to find you a tour that we have we have embarked on before. Okay, let's the kind of tolls that you've had before. Oh, I'm trying to show you this video toll that. Yes, I was going to show you a toll that we've had, and um it's not going through. So we've had a lot of tolls that we do. So it depends on the one that you are reaching out to. If you are reaching out to a regular person for a toll, that one no problem. But if you are going for some other thing else, then I think, and then if you even reach out to a tour guide for a tour, so it's a matter of talks and also understanding. Okay, let me see something here. Okay, I was going to let me see what is happening right now. Going to show you a tour that we have already embarked on before, but it's not going through. Okay, maybe systems. All right. So the tours that we have already embarked on and everything. So these are the questions that most